If you never fail, you will never succeed. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Take a moment to reflect on your aspirations, your boldest dreams. Now consider the path to achieving them. What's the one thing we impulsively try to avoid? What is the one outcome that sends shivers down our spine? It is failure. We strive for perfection. We precisely plan. We hesitate to take risk, all in the hope of sidestepping that uncomfortable, often painful experience of falling short. We live in a world that often showcases only the highlight reels of success, making it seem as though triumph is a seamless, flawless ascent. But what if that perception is a profound illusion? What if the very thing that we fear and try so desperately to avoid is in fact the most essential ingredient for true lasting success? Today, we are here to challenge that deeply ingrained fear and embrace a liberating truth. If you never fail, you will never succeed. We will journey from understanding the paralyzing grip of perfectionism to rendering failure as our greatest teacher, visualizing a future forged in resilience, and taking the courageous steps forward, knowing that every stumble is a step forward. Your transformative journey. Pillar number 1, the need to confronting the shadow of perfectionism. The first step to embracing failure is to understand why we fear it so deeply. This fear often stems from a universal illusion and a subtle saboteur within. These are the illusion of flawless success. We are constantly bombarded with images of effortless achievement. We see the finished products, the viral moments, the sudden breakthroughs, without witnessing the years of toil, the countless failures, and the relentless dedication that came before. This creates unrealistic expectation that success should be a straight line, free of mistakes. This is not true, my friends. Another thing is the paralysis of perfectionism and fear of failure. This illusion feels a powerful inner saboteur. It feeds a powerful inner saboteur. That is the fear of failure and its close cousin, perfection. We may fear failure, rejection, or not doing our best work and being poorly judged by others. This fear can lead us to distract ourselves or simply avoid confronting the task altogether. Perfectionism plays a significant role. We delay tasks or avoid them entirely because we believe we won't perform them perfectly or that we will fail altogether. The desire for a perfect world can paradoxically lead to paralysis if the pursuit of flawlessness becomes a barrier to starting. Another thing is the costs of aversion to failure. This avoidance comes at a steep price, eroding our potential and stealing our peace. These are manifested in these ways: stifled growth. If you only do what you are good at, what is safe, what never stretch, you never learn, you never truly grow. Another thing is missed opportunities. The greatest opportunities often lie just beyond our comfort zone, requiring risks that might lead to mistakes. Fear of failure keeps these doors closed. Another thing is lack of resilience. Without experiencing setbacks, you never build the mental toughness and adaptability needed to navigate life's inevitable challenges. Another thing is unfulfilled potential. The saddest inscription is could have been. When you avoid failure, you often avoid the very path that leads to your greatest achievement. This problem impacts us all, hindering our growth and dimming the light of our aspirations. Pillar number 2, the satisfaction. That is embracing failure as your greatest teacher. The good news is you have the power to redefine your relationship with failure. The solution isn't to avoid it, but to embrace it as an indispensable part of your journey. Therefore, you need to redefine failure. Redefining failure is the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. This is the core shift in mindset. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a stepping stone on the path to it. Therefore, take failure as feedback. Failure is the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. Every mistake, every setback, every stumble is not a judgment on your worth, but invaluable data. It tells you what didn't work, allowing you to adjust, refine, and improve. Another thing is take failure as the classroom of experience. True learning doesn't happen in theory, it happens in practice. And practice involves making mistakes, my dear. Embrace the messy beginnings. Another thing is take the courage to continue. Success is not final. Failure is fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. The most successful individuals are not those who never failed, but those who failed forward, learning from each experience and refusing to give up. 2, embracing the messy beginnings, actions over perfection. To learn from failure, you must first act. The just start imperative. The surest way to beat procrastination and the fear of imperfection is to start doing what you have been fearing. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Another thing is action over analysis. Stop analyzing the project and just begin to work on it. Take that first imperfect step. Beginnings are always messy. Another thing is momentum from mistakes. Once you begin a task, even if you make mistakes, the next steps often flow naturally. Taking the initiative on that first action can be a springboard of momentum. Another thing is building resilience through setbacks. Every time you fall and get back up, you build an invaluable muscle. That is resilience. You learn to adapt, to pivot, to find new solutions when the old ones don't work. You develop mental toughness and an unshakable belief in your ability to overcome adversity. It always seems impossible until it is done, and often it is the failures along the way that teach you how to get it done. Pillar number 3, the visualization. A future forged in resilience. A future molded in resilience. Now imagine a world where the fear of failure no longer holds you captive. A wonderful world where you are truly free to explore, to create, and to achieve. Imagine approaching new challenges with excitement, knowing that every outcome, whether a triumph or a subtle, is a valuable lesson. Visualizing yourself learning from new skills, not with fear of imperfection, but with the joy of discovery. See yourself taking bold risks, knowing that even if you fall, you have the resilience to rise again, stronger and wiser. You will experience the profound confidence that comes from knowing that you have faced setbacks and emerged victorious. Your creativity will be unleashed because you are no longer afraid to experiment. Your life will not get better by chance, my dear. It will get better by change, fueled by the lessons learned from every failure. You will embody the truth that nothing in the universe can stop you from letting go and starting over. This future isn't a distant dream. It is a reality you begin to build, brick by intentional, sometimes imperfect bricks, starting now. My friends, we have confronted the insidious nature of the fear of failure and perfectionism, understanding how it stifles our potential. We have armed ourselves with the powerful solutions of embracing failure as an opportunity to begin again more intelligently, taking action over perfection, and building resilience through setbacks. And we have vividly imagined the beautiful future that awaits when we consistently choose courage over fear. Remember the core truth: if you never fail, you will never succeed. Here is your moment to begin. The time for hesitation is over. The time for playing it safe is done. Your power lies in this very moment. Here are a few simple, specific, and realistic actions you can take right now to begin your transformation. Number 1, identify one fear-based delay. Think of one task or dream you have been avoiding because the fear of failure or imperfection. Just one. Embrace the messy start. Commit to taking the very first step, imperfect step, on that very task within the next 24 hours. Don't aim for perfect, aim for started. And then reframe a past failure. Choose one past mistake or setback and consciously reframe it as a valuable lesson learned. Extract the wisdom and release the regret. 4. Start where you are. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Begin today. Don't wait for perfection. Don't wait for a guarantee of success. Here is your lasting echo of inspiration. Remember, every day is a new beginning. Take a deep breath, smile, and start again. Your life is not defined by the falls you take, but by the courage with which you rise. You are not meant to live a life devoid of mistakes, but a life rich with lessons, forged in the crucible of effort and resilience. The future you dream of is not a gift, my friends. It is a masterpiece you paint. And sometimes, the most beautiful strokes come from correcting a perceived error. It always seems impossible until it is done. So go forth, embrace the journey, include its stumbles, be brave enough to fail and wise enough to learn. For when you truly understand that if you never fail, you will never succeed, you don't just achieve goals, you unlock an unshakable belief in your own capacity to create, to achieve, and to live a life that is vibrant, purposeful, and truly extraordinary, precisely because you dared try and dared to learn. Thank you.